Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Hearts of Iron 4, which is clearly not actually working because this is vanilla. Or at least has the vanilla background. That's not going to be that much of a problem. I just hope that this is actually Kaiserreich, because Kaiserreich usually has a background. We're going to be playing as the Ottoman Empire. Although the Ottoman Empire finished the Weltkrieg as a victor, the once unstoppable empire has lost much of its former glory. The ever-increasing rate at which it lost its far-flung possessions has been decisively halted, but at what cost? Even after its beating, the Ottoman Empire still stands. However, and the reformist spark initiated in the 19th century has only increased in vigour. Still sharp disagreements rule the Chamber of Deputies, the centrist OHF. Under the powerful orator and war hero Mustafa Kemal Pasha takes up the fight against the Liberal Coalition in a battle to decide the future of the entire Middle East. Okay, so we have the institutionalized Islam. Religion has always played an important role in the Ottoman Empire, to no small degree because the Padishah is also the Caliph of all of Islam. Nonetheless, it would take until Abdul Hamid II until one could really speak of an organised state religion wherein Constantinople arranged everything from the protection of the holy sites to the education of the ulema. Striving for a policy of pan-Islamism, the faith is seen as a metaphorical glue holding the empire together under the Sultan Caliph himself. This control has come at a cost by bringing Islam closer to the chest, as well as how it influences state policy at a higher level with various large Sufi orders possessing incredible political capital and opposing many of the attempted secularist reforms. Widespread illiteracy. Illiteracy is widespread amongst the common people of the empire, as both the difficulty of the Perso-Arabic script and as a general disinterest in the lower classes to even bother learning to read has greatly hampering the industrialization of our grand empire. And we have armed neutrality. Ooh. This is like the Dutch. The brave men who fought against the imperialism during the Weltkrieg lay scattered around the empire in many military mass graves, and total casualties of the war encompass over 25% of our pre-war population. We cannot forget, nor can we forgive, what the imperial powers have done to us. Dark clouds are gathering above the empire, and a fear of renewed war increases, but we shall not be part of it. I love the It's Just Good Business card. Yeah, I was quite proud of that one. They just pinched the same background for the new Kaiserreich version background there. Fair enough. I mean, it is appropriate. It being, you know, the Ottoman Empire. And in fact, who else has had the redo? So the French Republic has, though, Nationalist France. Which I might well try after this, because I actually quite like playing as the French Republic. I just like the Entente as a whole. Jabal Shammar, Ottoman Empire, Ottoman of Cyrenaica. And then Georgia, sweet Georgia. That's going to be Stalin. Interesting. That's actually really interesting. Might need to check their path out as well. Okay, so Ottoman Empire, here we go. Leave everything as normal. That seems reasonable. Now, come on, don't crash on me. Huzzah! I think Stalin Co. were moved as military. Yeah, did as well. Moved as military advisors to Patagonia, were they? I thought he still starts in Georgia, but you can recruit him. Silver Knight coming in with a 10-month resubscription. Thank you very much for the ongoing support there, Silver Knight. 2 months to go. Huzzah! Huzzah indeed. And thank you also, Silver Knight, for everything you do as a moderator. Massively appreciate it. You're always a very positive influence, and you're great to have in chat. So thank you very much for all you do, Silver Knight. Appreciate it. The Real Mr. Peru, thank you very much for the follow. And Azur G, thank you very much for the follow. Let's see, are there any others? No. So thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Good to have you joining us. I mean, there's an easy way of checking. We can just load in as Georgia and see if he starts there. Thanks to you and your content, I saw you sell toddler's body clothing on your store. Not literally a toddler's body. That'd be kind of bad. My wife is expecting in 2 weeks, and I'm very, very tempted. Oh, congratulations. That's awesome. And yes, you totally should. Start educating them early. Alright, let's try that again, shall we? There we go. Kaiserreich Beta 0.15.1 leaving for Syria. Kaiserreich team proudly presents Kaiserreich version blah 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 leaving for Syria. Our team has been working hard from every corner of the world to bring this new version to you, and we couldn't be more honoured you're choosing to play it. Please note the following. The mod is designed with the assumption the player will always annex all possible states and peace treaties, so make sure you do that. You can change the frequency of news events by toggling the icon at the top of the Decisions tab. You can select what naming system and states and victory points used by toggling the icon representing achievements menu in the top right. Remember, this mod is still in beta, so expect bugs, crashes, various headaches. If you encounter any of these, report them. Hope you all enjoy. Cool. Alright, so Georgia. Sweet Georgia. Oh, we can't click on government positions anymore. You know what, we'll just do a quick switcheroo over to Georgia, because I'm very curious about this. You might be right. You were saying he is now down in Patagonia, which we can double check. Not seeing him here yet, unless he's a general. Because he used to be a minister. Oh, Zhukov is down here. As is Tukhachevsky. No Stalin, though. Oh yeah, there he is. Yep, there he is. Media personality, infantry officer, politically connected. And completely eclipsed by Zhukov and Tukhachevsky. Interesting. Okay, so once again we're going to do this. I'm going to switch over to Ottomans and click on this. Oops, did that not work? Still says we're observing. Let's go back into actual observer mode just to make sure. Still says we're observing. I just don't want to break this save, so I'm just going to reload it. Better to be safe than sorry when we're starting. Okay, cool. And of course this time the UI is going to crash. We'll get there eventually. 9 minutes into this recording, we haven't even started. Oh, YouTube is going to love this. I always get comments about this every single series. Okay, so what do we have in our focus tree? Past the maintenance of order law. So is this like the restructuring of the constitution and all that? I would imagine so. Found the Judicial Commission. Yeah, these are the reforms that we'll need to undertake. And then that leads to either abolish neutrality, deterrence, millet system, reform the Ottoman language, abolish the Marcel Code, and then various more advanced updates. Greco-Turkish Accords. Stability in the Arab Peninsula. Samsun Iksat Kongressi. Import tariffs, balancing the budget. Oh, that's Black Monday, isn't it? 4 years of progress, so this is the industrialization, which does include infrastructure. Huzzah! Ooh, plus 15% infrastructure construction. Me likey. So it looks like everywhere gets one infrastructure. And then the Army, Navy and Air Force. Lord Doth Fishy coming in with an 18-month resubscription. Thank you very much for the ongoing support there, Fishy. Very much appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also, you are a moderator. And as such, I do want to take a moment to thank you also for all the work you do as a moderator here. It is always appreciated. Always fun hanging out with you here. And also on the Discord, because I know you're fairly active over there too. So thank you very much for that. Can I check out the National France one as well? I think that can be arranged. Take Linus. Huzzah! And everyone else. I'm not just going to say hello to subscribers. Hello to everyone else. Hope you're all doing well. Alright, so French Republic. Ooh, yeah, that's embiggened for sure. Oh, but these are the different paths. There's like the Empire versus National Revolution. Is that Pétain? Oh, of course, he's in charge in this. Duh, he's not a Vichy. I was like, why is he here? Right, he's the one making this all possible. Complete reverse scenario. Comité de Salut Public. Second Union Secret. Supreme Command, so this is military stuff. Fate of Equatorial Africa, so this is building up Africa. Oh, this is literally all army. Oh no, sorry, this is industrial. With army being kind of over here. Because we also have the Ministry of Air, Ministry of Navy, and the Ministry of War. It's actually a pretty cool tree now. Definitely need to check out National France. Can the Republic of France retake the homeland? That is the question. Russian tree feels shallow compared to this. I hate what they've done to Russia. I really dislike it. Russia used to be my favourite tree. It definitely isn't anymore. One of the worst overhauls in the game. Yeah, for a while I will admit I've been a bit unsure about Kaiserreich for a while. I do not like the direction that they're going in with it. We'll see if the Ottoman Empire changes my mind on that. Has the stream switched back to 10.3? Not sure what you mean by that. What direction? Just getting more serious. Like, part of the attraction to me for Kaiserreich is for the most part, it was very serious, but it had these moments of levity, like Wrangel being able to take over like the entire government, like the Mad Baron over in Mongolia. It just had these like little sparks of just like, okay, that's kind of funny, in kind of much needed levity. I just don't like the way it's going at the moment. I also dislike the fact that the Black Monday doesn't seem to have nearly as much of an effect as it used to. Like, Germany should be absolutely freaking floored by it, but they just recover far too quickly. The other thing which I really dislike is their stubborn refusal to change the tech tree. Like, I actually brought this up with them and they're like, no, we don't want to change it, we quite like it. It's just like, it's one of the things that is crying out for a change for Kaiserreich. One, it would do a huge amount to actually immerse you in, you know, the fact that this is not our current timeline, this is a alternative one. And two, everything in this game happens much later than it does in vanilla. Like, the war proper doesn't start until like 41, 42, and at that point you're most of the way through the tech tree already. Like, this one really needs to go to the very least to 1948, and at 45 it basically just stops, because that's the vanilla tech tree. In fact, I'd like to see it going until like early 1950, which initially was their plan. Like, Kaiserreich was supposed to be encompassing 2 wars. Kind of glad that they've stepped away from that one, where it was Germany versus Third Internationale, and whoever won that conflict would then go up against the Entente. The way that peace deals in this game work is just not conducive, because whoever won that one would be way too strong for the Entente. But like, the war still takes a long time. There's a lot of more of a focus on the civil wars and things like that. That I like. That is one thing that this game does very, very well. It's the civil wars and kind of the dance for power and like positioning before the main Second World War kicks off. But because that bit is so strong, the Second World War just feels like a bit of a in comparison. Is daylight savings over now? Yes. Has been for like a month. I like the vanilla tech tree. I don't like mods that change it. One of the biggest draws for Old World Blues for me now is the tech tree. I really like the Old World Blues tech tree. And frankly, if I could just import the Road to 56 tech tree into this, I'd be happy. Because that obviously goes to 56. It's just the fact that this tech tree stops in 1945. And don't say like, oh, you can get jets, you can get nukes and all that stuff. That is a pittance compared to the technology you should be doing. It really needs to go to the, at very least, 1948. It just needs to be expanded. Like, keep the vanilla layout, fine. Just expand it. Used to be able to do that way back when. Yeah, I mean, the reason they've given me is they feel really burnt by the fact that they changed the naval tree and then had Man the Guns come out. But man, get over it. Because it's not that big of a change. I mean, I know this is the post-Man the Guns change. I like this. I like the layout. I like the way that they've done the Navy. Like, they've shown that they can do it. But because they spent so long doing the naval changes and then had it basically completely smashed by the Man the Guns update, which is like 2 years ago now. Get over it. Seriously. Has the infinite political power option fixed? No idea. Navy tech tree used to be amazing, but then they removed it since the non-man the guns players could not use it. Yeah, I get that. I get their anger, but I don't know if it's still their position. When I spoke to them at ParadoxCon last year, though, it certainly was. And it was unfortunate to hear, because I really do think that's one of the big things that is missing from this mod right now is a custom tech tree. And it really, like, comparing it now to the New Order, to Old World Blues, to Road to 56, it just doesn't stand up in the same way that it used to. Our world is no absurdity like a failed art student taking over the strongest nation or a school teacher taking control of the most populous nation in the world. Yeah. Keep thinking about grabbing the Road to 56 tech tree, stripping the Navy out and building it as a separate mod. I would play the living daylights out of that poet, because Road to 56 tech tree honestly would be perfect with this. Like, I'd like to see them do a custom one, because it is a different reality. But honestly, like, the basics of warfare are still the same in this. And it's the country flavors which then tweak the technology through design company bonuses. I'd be totally fine with Road to 56. Can I do New Order as Göring's Germany? Probably not. I have no interest playing as a fully Nazified nation. Not the least because I don't know what YouTube and Twitch would do to me if I did that. Anyway, here we go. So, focuses. Let's focus on the focusing. Fighting an uphill battle as ever since the revolution of 1908, the topic of education is the most utmost importance to the OHF. Significant steps have been made in this regard, especially in the matter of co-education, but the decentralization of the Ottoman education system remains a thorn in our side. With the upcoming co-education unification decree, will these be annihilated in one fell swoop? Actually, do we have other focuses available? No, that's literally the only one. Okay. I imagined that would be the case, but I just wanted to double check. And then civilian factories, which unfortunately in this don't increase resource production. It just increases construction speed, but I think I still want to do that. Especially in the areas that just have more construction capacity. So let's go to level 9. In the areas which are a bit bigger. Wow, the industrial potential is garbage. So many places with just no factory capacity. And even those that do, it's kind of low. Like, having no capacity at all is really bad, because it means there never will. Unless there are focuses which add factories to those areas, which there might be. But I think for now it's just going to be those two areas, honestly. Those are going to be the industrial hubs here. Those without factory capacity are non-core, and the capacity will go up when you call them. Ah, okay. Nope. They're all core. That's in vanilla. That's not in this. Right, so the other question is occupations. And we have quite a bit. So let's go and immediately edit you to be the police force. Just so I know for certain that you guys are the police force. And police is in charge of it. We're going to go default martial law. We are going to change priority to operations and garrisons because I want to make sure that those are kept. And then we'll drop this to like local police just so that the difference in terms of equipment versus what they are asking for is not too great. Oh, this thing. I do kind of wish that when you played like a country like the Ottoman Empire, it just came up with another news option saying, hey, you should be aware of this additional thing. Because I would have looked right past that. Alright, so what do we have here? The higher the local instability of the vilayets represented by unrest, the larger the penalty to our nation. The following values are calculated per state and added to an empire-wide total. Huzzah! Red October, thank you very much for the gift subs. Huzzah! Very much appreciate that. Mizette, Kool-Aid, Dazuri X, Flyerton, and Andio. Congratulations on the gifted subs courtesy of Red Octobear. Thank you very much for that, Red Octobear. Huzzah! Always appreciate generosity shown like that, so thank you. Huzzah! Ah, this is coring. Autonomist versus Centralist. Huzzah! Authority held by the Ottoman Empire. Ah, I see, it's this thing, not this thing. However, his vast empire differs greatly from province to province, held back by strong local government or distance from the capital. This authority is represented by the Centralization bar, which is divided into three categories: the autonomous region, the vilayet, and the Ottoman province. To increase authority, each sub-region of the empire has set decisions which contribute to a shared centralization value. If centralization reaches 50%, all states within that region can be upgraded to vilayet. If it reaches 100%, then they can all be upgraded to Ottoman province. Okay. Aha. And it highlights which are which. So that's Syria, that's Greece, Kurds, the Arabs, Iraq, Tripolitania. Oh, here, right. Iraq, and then this was Arab Peninsula, which is down there. Kurdish lands are over there. Greek islands are there. And then Syria. So I feel like Syria is the one that I want to focus on early on, because it's closer to the Ottoman homelands. Okay. Although actually the Greek islands are closer and the Kurdish lands are already a vilayet. As is Iraq. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, and this is revolt risk. There was somewhere over here which was high. Or medium, rather. Most of these are low, so I foresee absolutely no problems within the Ottoman Empire. We can just keep going as is normal. Nothing bad will happen. At all. Decisions increase centralization, but also increase unrest. Once you get centralization to 100, you can convert them to being Ottoman provinces by clicking the up arrow. You can click on the reduced unrest button for 30 political power per state. Okay. Oh, the Kurdish area... Oh, no, they're not. Yeah, they're vilayets. And here, medium unrest. Okay, I understand. Right, let's get our troops together. Just so I can get an idea of where everyone is. And what we have to play with. And let's have our cavalry. Let's double check our infantry divisions.